Okay, so enough people are not talking about this when we talk about what is, and I hesitate to say easiest, but what's the easiest way to grow your income to $10,000 a month? And I'm not saying revenue. I'm saying your income, what goes into your pocket at $10,000 a month. Why do I care about $10,000 a month? And why do most people say $10,000 a month? It's because you're now at the 6-figure mark. After some taxes, you'll still probably take home $100,000. And I hear a lot of people talking about drop shipping or starting an agency, or I've even been hearing about clip curators now, which gives such scammy vibes. And so I've literally heard no one talking about this, and I want to break this down. I want to do more videos about this because this is a market that I've been in and I cannot serve at the level one that I desire to serve, and at the demand that we're currently in, I can't serve. So now I need to make videos to teach y'all about this because I have really good clients, really good people coming to me all the time. And I'm like, man, if I just had a group of people, other people that I knew that did this and did this well, we could really level up these clients that are coming to me and other people. So now I got to start making videos about this because there's a really good untapped market out there. Let me give you some background before I get into it. I started in corporate. So I was in corporate. I went to Northwestern University, which is the #9 university in the world. I studied economics, which is the #1 economics program in the world. At least when I was there, it was very difficult. I almost failed out. I have nothing, no cool stats to say about the economics program there, but it is really challenging. After that, I went into corporate consulting. And so if you don't know what consulting is, basically how I like to explain it is like you're a doctor, but for businesses. So businesses hire you in, they're like, hey, I'm having a problem. And we go in, we try to diagnose the problem, and we just give them a solution. We don't implement the solution. We just say like, hey, you should do X, Y, and Z, and this will fix your problem. So we have a lot of clients. We're changing up clients every 2 to 3 weeks, right? And when I say clients, I'm talking about huge industries, right? So huge hospital corporations, food and bev operations, CPG. So Fortune 500 companies is where we were going into. After that, or even during that, I was working with people doing Facebook ads. I really knew how to do Facebook ads. I love business. I love solving problems in businesses. And so on this journey, although I was in corporate, I was still dabbling a lot in social media, growing businesses on Facebook. And even in consulting, I found myself as the person on the team that knew a lot about social media. So I was helping these Fortune 500 companies tap more into paid social, influencers, organic, things like that. And so after I got to a point, I even worked at some tech companies like Stripe, but I got to a point in my career where I was like, hey, I really just want to be able to work with the clients I want to work with and serve them how I want to serve them. And so in 2021, I went all in on my agency. And so that's the #1 thing you need to know. Again, I hear a lot of people talking about build an agency, make easy money. It is not easy money. Running an agency is very, very difficult. And I could share more about my experience over the past 3 to 4 years of being an agency owner, but it's very, very difficult. Also on this journey, I did drop shipping. And we built a product brand. I did have success with that product brand. We ended up selling it for a really, really small amount. But I had some experience in drop shipping. Drop shipping also has its pains. Lots of money and capital up front, lots of issues that you can run into with customs and customer service, and the margins are very slim, right? You're talking about, if you're lucky, 10 to 20% margins if you're lucky after the paid ads, right? And so drop shipping, enough people aren't talking about how difficult this business is. I've heard some other things like copywriting and things like that, which I do agree with, that everyone should learn copywriting, but even in some of these markets like copywriting, or a lot of folks are trying to become closers and stuff like that, you have to understand the pressures that the target market that you're going after thinks about AI a lot right now, right? And so although I do believe that human copywriters and human sales closers are definitely in high demand, you have to understand the CEO or executive you're talking to is probably thinking in their head, how can I get this cheaper with AI? And although it probably won't be as good, that's what they're thinking, especially in this economy. And so I present to you truly the #1 way I think most people should be making money, and it is the way that I make money in some regard. And I think I want to name it. I haven't formalized this name or formalized this thought yet, but I think it's called, and I think it really is captured in this name, brand architect. And if I actually edited these videos, which I don't even edit these videos right now, just imagine the screen just said brand architect. And maybe there was fire behind me or something. What is a brand architect, and how did I think about this, or why am I talking about this? So in one of our agencies, And that's the main agency that I talk about and that I'm really focused on right now for a number of reasons that I won't get into here in this video. But in our agency, we work with CEOs and executives, and we help them grow their brand online, gain more attention online, to increase their profits. I have this thought, and I'm not the first person to say this, so I don't want to say I coined this term, but I have this thought and really agree with this idea that your personal brand is your retirement plan. And so we help CEOs and executives build a stronger personal brand online so that they can do TED Talks, books, retire, grow their coaching programs, whatever goal they have. We achieve that and try to help them achieve that through growing organic audience online. And so one of the things that I've noticed, we go out to our clients every quarter and shoot with them. We'll be there to, maybe 1 to 4 days, depending on the client, but we go out and we shoot every quarter, then we post for them. One of the ideas that I've had, and I was talking to my team about this, was like, there's a huge market for somebody that could just be full-time on this person's staff and just make content of them daily, right? So a lot of our clients are in meetings, they have offices, they're traveling. And so if they had somebody that was literally just on payroll just to make daily content of them, right? Like the gap that we have is that we only go out here every 3 months and we try to fit it all in, which a lot of our clients love because they only have to think about it. But I think it would be so much more effective if there was literally just somebody following them with a phone, doesn't even have to be a super expensive camera, and following them and documenting them, uploading their stories, making quick reels about them, sitting them down to make long form videos, things like this. We even have a friend that recently moved to Detroit to actually do this for politicians, basically. And this person, our friend, obviously is just, a 26-year-old, 27-year-old person that just knows how to use a phone. She doesn't have any training, at least to my knowledge, in traditional videography or photography, right? She's just the person, like most of us, that knows how to just capture cool content on our phones because this is what we just do in our daily lives. And she's making close to 6 figures with this person. And I don't know if she's ever done a job like this before, technically, at least that I know of, right? But she's working with this politician, making 6 figures. And basically her job is to follow her around, document what she's doing throughout the day, upload her stories, follow her to big events that she's having, or even just day in the life stuff, giving her trends to do, giving her ideas to shoot, giving her questions. And she's uploading reels, maybe like 1 a day, and updating the stories and, just managing her social media. 6-figure job with something that feels super, super easy to a lot of us watching this video of just making videos and making stories and making reels with someone else. The reason why I love this is because if you're anything like me, I want to make money, but I don't want to be always chasing brand deals or trying to keep up with all the trends and upload videos every day on my own. So the reason why I love this is because as somebody that knows how to use their phones and probably enjoys content, there's a market out there where you don't have to be the one uploading your videos every day, chasing brand deals, trying to get famous. You could go receive a stable check from a corporation, an executive, a CEO, a city of Portland or a city of Atlanta, right, that is looking for somebody to come in-house and just create content of their C-suite, their executives. So now you just have a 9-to-5 where you're just creating cell phone content and you don't have to chase all these deals, or even like me, deal with clients, deal with the headaches of building an agency. You just get to be in-house on staff and create for someone else. And I think, or I know, as the demand for attention grows, right? We are in an attention economy right now. I also know the demand for these jobs is going to grow even more. But not only that, the demand for being excellent at these jobs is going to grow. We can even look at this last election cycle where both candidates went super, super hard on social media. I will be honest, I have a blind spot to one candidate. So I think I saw a lot of the other candidates' social media, but I know both of them attacked social media and had different teams in a specific way. I know for Kamala's team, I read an article that everyone on that team, the minimum person got paid like $250,000, right? Which is like the super, super, super junior person on the team. But these people were making millions of dollars creating social media content for Kamala, which again, it might sound silly, but if we think about it, the biggest leverage that politicians have, CEOs and executives have, even just startup founders, right? The biggest leverage that they have in this game is not necessarily their business or their income, it's their audience. And if they can grow their audience, they can have more impact and they can increase their income. If they can grow their audience, they can win elections. If they can grow their audience, they can get people on their side out in the media, right? And so these things might sound silly, you're like, oh, Casey, no one would pay me six figures just to create one reel a day for them? Yes, they would, because these people that you would be doing this for understand the impact and understand the game that they're trying to play. They have to win on social media now to win in the arenas that they want to win in. I really, really believe that there's a huge demand for what I would like to label a brand architect. What are some of the skills that you need? You need to know how to use this phone, right? And use it in a way that is engaging. The biggest problem that I see with a lot of people right now, and I don't think the expectations are that high right now, but I do think in the next 2 years, you need to become good at this if you want to increase your pay and land more jobs. But I think you need to be able to create reels, short form videos in a way that is engaging. What do I mean by that? In a way that gets views. I think there's a way to just recap something and no one really cares about it. But if you can recap something or make reels where it's getting millions of views consistently, and you can go to somebody and say, hey, over the last month, I got myself 2 million views. I would love to work with you and get you 5 million views. That's gonna be a bigger selling point than like, hey, I'm just an entry-level person signing up for this job. So number one, you need to know how to make engaging videos, and mostly engaging short form videos and engaging stories. Number two, you need to be really good at storytelling. And I think this actually goes into the first point, but you need to understand, hey, what is the story that I'm trying to tell today? Whether your talent or your subject is just in a meeting, whether they're getting ready for a fancy party, whether they're receiving an award, what is the story that we're trying to tell? The key to always remember in social media is that you aren't just creating cute content. You have to create content, especially with the subject, that gives the viewer some sort of satisfaction, some sort of takeaway. There's something in it for the viewer. Where I see a lot of people go wrong, especially making content of other people, is that they're just trying to make that person look great in a great light and look cute or look powerful. But what you need to be considering, and the ones that are going to kill it over the next 5 years in this role, they're going to be the ones that know how to take their subject, take their talent, and take a story and frame it with some sort of takeaway, some sort of lesson, some sort of emotional pull, something that gets the viewer going. You have to create with the viewer in mind. You have to always be thinking, whether it's your own content, but especially when it's you making content to someone else, you have to be thinking, when this is posted, what is the person on the other side of that phone? What are they going to get out of this? If you want me to break this down even more, I could probably do a whole presentation on this. My knowledge or my experience over the past 2 years, we've been focused solely on working with these people. And like I said, we only shoot with them every quarter, but we've probably now shot over 10,000 of these videos, probably more. Like that was probably like 100,000. We've probably shot somewhere in way more than you've probably shot videos of these CEOs and executives, and we've failed a lot, we've learned a lot, but now I really see the space where, hey, there's a huge gap here, and if even I could be the one that connects these people more, if you go out there and start, really getting good at this, there's 6-figure jobs that we literally have friends that, they work a regular shift, they probably work less than we do, and they probably have less headaches than we do trying to own an agency and grow an agency where they just get to work with one person, show up to work, make some videos, and leave, right? So I think there's this huge market for these brand architects. I want to talk more about it. And I think really the biggest thing is going to be getting good at shooting some content on your cell phone, getting really good at storytelling, and making content that has some sort of takeaway for the viewer. So if you're interested in a role like this, or if you're interested in me actually talking a lot more about this, I want to talk more about it. But if there's no interest here, I'll just go back to like my little daily vlogs and my daily yapping. But if you are interested in me breaking this down, all I need is one comment. So just comment that you're interested in learning more about this brand architect role. And we could do a whole series about this opportunity, because I do think we're talking about something that is a surefire way to get to a 6-figure paying job that is not on its way out. Like, I don't think AI can attack a person making direct content of you. It's also going to be in high demand. AI is not going to harm this job. And so I think this is one of the best ways. If you don't have a career path right now, or you want to transition career paths, I think this is one of the best ways and best skills to gain to get a 6-figure paying job. I don't even think that you will need a college degree for this. You don't need to graduate at the top of your class. And I think that, again, if you keep gaining skills, you can be well on your way to a high paid 6-figure job where you're not leading a team internally of other people doing this, right? We have to think about this game in the next 10 years. It's only going to grow. It's only going to get faster, and the bar of excellence is only going to get higher. So let me know if you guys are interested in me breaking this down some more. And with that, peace.